Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Tuesday. And yesterday, I think we definitely put to rest whether or not Donald Duck is top 5 cartoon characters of all time. Is he number 1? Is he the GOAT of cartoon characters? I don't know. A lot of debates still to go on that one. Now, the debate today, sweet or unsweetened? Iced tea. Do you have a stance on that? Where do you fall on that? That's a big question. And then you have some people they don't want it sweetened when it comes out, but they'll take a pack of sugar and they'll sweeten it themselves. So technically, I guess they like the sweet tea, but they don't want it to be pre-programmed. Like if you get a like Nestea, I guess, in a can or something like that, they don't want that. They don't want that at all. You know, something that's sweet every day, even when it's unsweetened. Valley Converting. All you got to do is go up, see Mike Biasi, go see the crew up there in T-Town, Gem City of Toronto, Ohio. I say up there because from where my location right now, I'd be driving north. But then again, if you're coming south, east, west, whatever it is, you just got to get to Valley Converting with your paper products because they do a great job taking care of those and taking care of the environment, because when they take care of those paper products, they recycle it, give it a new life. So let's go to Valley Converting.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Can't thank Mike Biasi and his crew enough for all they do for the 9-minute Phill-Up. Valley Converting. If you have paper products that need recycled, that's where you want to go. Give them a call. They will take care of you. I already have looks like a couple of people chiming in with sweet or unsweetened, and we got Carrie Joe. We got Carrie Joe, Tommy George. We got KJTG. Sweet with a little face there, loving the sweet tea. Sweet is the only answer. Yeah, Todd, I may agree with you. I'm not a big tea guy, but when I have had iced tea, the sweet tea is better. And I actually kind of like it from the can. I don't want to mess with trying to figure out the ratio of everything. But now, if I do go to a Chinese restaurant, and they used to all do this. You'd show up and you get the hot water and the tea bags and everything, and they'd bring you the tea, and you'd make your Chinese tea. I would do that every once in a while. I enjoyed that. But if we're just talking summertime iced tea, I think the only answer is sweet. But, I could be wrong. And then I had a question pop in my head. I have no idea what the answer is. If anybody knows the answer to this, please, send us a comment. Ooh, lemonade. Ooh, yeah. Now you're talking. Suzanne checking in. Lemonade and sweet tea. A little Arnold Palmer. Yeah, and why not? Why not talk about that? With the U.S. Open coming up at Oakmont this week, just outside of Pittsburgh. Of course, Arnold Palmer from Latrobe, and you can still get his tea. It's the half and half, the lemonade and the tea. Good stuff. Real good stuff. April checking in, half and half. There you go. But that's the thing. It's everybody likes it. But here's my question. So I would imagine they have iced tea there. I can't imagine they wouldn't. But when they have tea over in Britain or over in the UK or England, where if they're having tea, they break for tea, seemingly kind of like what I guess coffee breaks for people in the United States. I guess but it's more formal. I mean, it's a big deal. You don't interrupt tea time. And one of the great things, I don't know if you've seen the show Ted Lasso, but one of the great things on that show, he becomes a head coach of a Premier League soccer team. And it's Jason Sudeikis. It's just a great show, real positive show, just really, really good. If you have the opportunity, I believe it's on Apple TV. The Ted Lasso is just a tremendous show. I think it's 3 seasons, maybe 4, but just really, really good. And not to give anything away, I don't think it's that big a deal. But Ted doesn't like tea, and every time he tries it, he just wants to spit up on himself. So he's not down with the tea. Half cut. All right. So my question is, do they do iced tea at tea time, or is it just hot tea? I don't know. I'm not sure. So I don't have the answer to that. But the lemonade sweet tea, that might be my number. That might be my go-to if I'm going to do tea, because that's like I said, it's the Palmer, and you can get them. You get them in those big cans, and they're only like 99 cents. Hot tea is what they go with. The hot tea all the time on tea time. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a hot tea guy. I'm not, I'm not a big tea guy. You know what I do like? If I need something hot for you, if the lady says, drink some tea, drink some hot tea with some honey in it. Bouillon cubes. Chicken bouillon, beef bouillon, whatever. Just throw it, just so you have something in the water. Debbie checking this says, sweet, going with the sweet. Good call. I think I would definitely go sweet tea, but if I get the option now, if Suzanne is giving me the option, SMC, if she's giving me the option, I've got to go with lemonade and sweet tea. I think that would be money. All right, Jordan not here today. She's mourning the loss of the Edmonton Oilers in Game 3 of their NHL series. With the Florida Panthers. They lost 6-1, so the Panthers lead 2-1. That series continues on Thursday. Wednesday, the NBA series tied at 1, Oklahoma City at Indiana, 8:30. Aaron Rodgers, we didn't talk about this the other day, but Aaron Rodgers has signed a contract to play quarterback for the Steelers. Any thoughts on that, whether you're Steelers fans or not, or if you're Browns, what do you think? It is a good move, bad move by the Steelers? And apparently TJ Watt says, I want some money. I want some contract. He was not at mandatory minicamp. So that's another topic that may come up. Other days as we talk about tea, sweet tea, unsweetened tea, frosted cookie day. Who likes a frosted cookie? I like the answer there. Who cares? Harry needs to retire. Yeah, probably. 41 years old. Might be time to go. Father time catches up with everybody. But yeah, why not give Mason Rudolph a chance? Why not see what Will Howard has and then get ready for the draft next year? Because Aaron Rodgers is not a long-term answer in Pittsburgh one way or the other. And does he still have anything left? He's still slinging the football, but does he have anything left? Because now at that age, does he want to get hit anymore? And that's one of the big things with quarterbacks. Once they start to not that they ever want to get hit, but if you get hit and you get hit again, that offensive line will be critical for the Steelers. It always is. The offensive line wins and loses games, but that would be huge. Frosted Cookie Day. I don't know if anybody, what are the smiley face cookies? Is that a Frosted Cookie Day? You see the frosted animal crackers, all that stuff. That's the national day today. Forklift Safety Day nationally. That should be National Forklift Safety Day every day. So I think if you make a mistake with a forklift, that's going to be rough. Mason Rudolph should have stayed in Tennessee. Well, he had an option to come back here and maybe be the starter. And the thing is, with Aaron Rodgers, a little bit older, he gets banged up. Mason Rudolph's going to have his chance to be the starter. But one of the things that happens is you find out why guys are backups. You find out why guys are starters. Mason Rudolph, good person, all that stuff. But as Clint Hurdle said when he was the manager of the Pirates, guys are backup for a reason. You may see him for 5 games, does great, but then they're going to fall off. They're not going to be able to, be consistent all the way through. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there with the Steelers quarterback situation. Egg roll day. Who doesn't love a good egg roll? Now, if I'm ordering, I figured this out. Here's a as Jeff would say, this is a pro tip. If you order Chinese food and you get takeout, a lot of people get the combo dinners. So let's say you like chicken and broccoli for your combo dinner. You get an egg roll with it. You get the rice. You get so you don't get as much in terms of the chicken and broccoli. Order the large chicken and broccoli, and then you get a basically a container of rice, and then just order the egg roll on the side. It might cost $1 or $2 more, but you get more of the chicken and broccoli, more of the good stuff you really want. And where it's compared to if you get the takeout order and you order the combo, sometimes it can get kind of skimpy on the side. Or if you're hungry, you're like, man, I don't want all this rice. I want more chicken and broccoli. So egg roll, always have to order an egg roll. Maybe order an extra one. Sweet tea. Yep, sweet tea with 3 exclamation points. That means serious about the sweet tea. Sweet tea. I'm telling you, sweet tea is a landslide winner in this. But like I said, we were talking during the show this morning, News 9 Sunrise, and someone said, yeah, my mom orders regular tea, but then she'll put like sweet and low in it. So she wants to handle the combination, the ratio, whatever is being put in the tea. I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't want to, because I'll mess it up. So, and I go back to this one. Yep. If I'm a lemonade and sweet tea, I can handle that. I'm not a big tea guy, but I'll tell you what though, on a hot summer day, and you've got a good, nice, cold glass of sweet iced tea. Yeah, I can get down with that. But lemonade and sweet tea, that's magic. That's magic. Let's see. Call your doctor day. So reminder everybody, it's National Call Your Doctor Day. And I used to be one of those guys. I won't go to the doctor. I'll go to the doctor. Won't go to the doctor. Tell you what, it's worth going. You just you get checked out. Okay, I'm doing all right, and then you go about your business. But it's good for checkups and for the dentist because sometimes your mouth health can affect your heart health. If you got bad gums or teeth or whatever, it can really bring on other issues. So I'm throwing that out there for everybody, like a public service announcement. Call your doctor today. Set up an appointment. Not going to hurt you. Herbs and spices day along with tea. Paprika, true story. My brother and I, we call it Dad's chicken now. My kids call it Dad's chicken. But basically, when we were kids, we'd have chicken a lot. And it was, my dad was like, all right, we're having chicken. You guys put the chicken in. We're 10, 11 years old. We're making chicken. So one day, we're like, oh, man, baked chicken again. And, nothing on it. So we go exploring through the kitchen cabinet, and we find something called paprika. I'm not even sure I said the name correctly when I found it, but I started reading the back of it, and we both looked at it and said, good with chicken. So we just started pouring that paprika on the chicken. So that was our go-to move, was the paprika on the chicken. So I don't know. Do you have a favorite herb or spice that you like to use on some of your stuff, or do you like an everything spice? Arnold Palmer, can't go wrong. Absolutely. I'm telling you, it's money. It is so good. And they don't raise the prices. It's like, you get the huge can for like 99 cents. Now I might get some and stash them here at the station for the morning show. I don't really think I'm supposed to drink a lot of this, but whatever. Iced tea day we're talking about. Black Cow Day. Another story about myself and my brother. Now, black cow, I always think that the Angus cow. So I had my first dog that I ever had that was, basically my dog, was a black lab. And couldn't figure out what to call this dog. Was struggling for a name. So I called my brother up and I said, David, what do you think? He's like, about what? And I said, I need a dog. I need a name for a dog. I said, we got this black lab. Need a name for the black lab. So he says, Angus. Like Angus. I immediately said, oh, like Angus, like the cattle, like the black cattle. Angus. I said, that's great. That works. And then he said, no. Angus Young, AC/DC, the guitar player. I said, well, it works either way. So that's how Angus got his name. But sometimes, the black cow, stepping up in other ways. T-Dog in her house. There we go. T-Dog. Oh, all right. What up, T-Dog? Oh, man. I remember. I can't remember the cat's name. Oh, man. Cat after boxer James Buster Douglas. There you go. Why not? James Buster Douglas shocked the world. Absolutely did. So all right. What the big thing is, sweet tea or unsweetened? What do you think? Where are you at with that? Oh, and then this one, Judy. I don't know if it's from a movie or I don't know, but Judy Garland, born on this day, 1922, died in 1969. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Judy Garland. What a movie. I mean, talk about one that, people aren't going to forget her anytime soon because the movie's so good. Man, it's a good show. 1752. Has anyone ever tried this? Honestly, has anyone ever tried this? I have not, because just too scared to do anything like that. But here you go. Benjamin Franklin, 1752, tests the lightning conductor with his infamous kite flying experiment. Fly a kite, have a key on it, so that metal hits it, and you basically going to get a charge through it, I guess. But 1752. Has anyone tried that? I have not tried that. 1933, if you go to Mount Rushmore, thank President FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He, in 1933, issued an order to make Mount Rushmore in the Black Hills of South Dakota part of the national park system. And one last one, Joe Nuxall, 15 years old, youngest ever Major League Baseball player playing a game for the Cincinnati Reds. Let's see. Sweet, down south, sweet. Yeah, it's Sweet's just crushing it. Sweet's crushing it. I'll tell you what. Having gone to school in Miami and having lived in Wilmington, North Carolina during the summer, some sweet tea on ice. It's good stuff. It'll cool you off. T-Dog, definitely sweet tea. Sweet tea for Twig. All right. Yeah, I'm telling you. Sweet tea, the runaway. Not even close today. Not even close. It's always a good one. It's kind of, it's always a good one when you can figure out. That's how I named my cat Buster. There you go. Yeah, it's always good. You get the comparison. It's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Which jelly are you going with? You going strawberry? You going grape? You going jam? You going jelly? You going, peanuts in your peanut butter? Or are you going with creamy? All these things are, major things that we have to think about. One of the major things we have to think about this weekend, if just to throw a plug in there for WTOV9 and NBC. Oh, whoa. Took my breath away. Mike checks in, goes unsweet. Unsweet. Is that the only one on here? Let me check this list. Sweet. Sweet's the only answer. Lemonade and sweet tea, half and half cut. Hot tea, sweet. Sweet tea. Wow. Mike is going off of the track that everyone has laid down for him and gone unsweet. All right. To each their own. But still a bit of a landslide for sweet tea over unsweetened tea. But hey, if Mike likes it that way, Nothing to argue with there. All right, now we got Sprite. Also, Sprite tea is really? Never even know there was such a thing. All right, well, there you go. Sounds good. Give it a try. If I find it, I'll give it a try. Or are we making that one? That's something that we're making up ourselves, where you just kind of mix and matching. That's not a bad idea. That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Oh, so anyways, back to this weekend on WTOV9. U.S. Open Golf Championship from Oakmont, just outside of Pittsburgh. Toughest course on the planet, basically. It's just a great course. First time the Open has been there since 2016. And I was there the last, covered it right after the Penguins won their Stanley Cup against San Jose, and had the opportunity to interview Dustin Johnson, who won the tournament right afterwards, actually jumped over a photographer and talked to him very briefly. And he gave a great answer about winning and overcoming the hurdles. Well, he's back. He's going to try and defend that championship that he won at Oakmont. He's not the defending U.S. Open champion, but the last time they played it at Oakmont, he was the winner. So in a way, he's kind of defending that moment in history. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But you can catch all the coverage starting live at 1 o'clock on Friday, rounds 2, 3, and 4 from Oakmont. And before that, we're going to have plenty of coverage with Jack Hillgrove and Dylan Cleland on News 9 Live at 5, News 9 at 6, News 9 in the morning, News 9 at noon, throughout the week. So if you're a golf fan and you love the majors, this is your weekend to get set, because it is going to be all over. It's the U.S. Open, toughest test in golf, everybody says. So we'll see. And let's see. All right, there you go. They tried it. The tea, mix it. Sprite tea, mix it with the tea. All right. So I think we have it settled. Mike, he's on for the unsweet. Everybody else so far down with the sweet tea. Mike checking in here. Mike Lawrence, Turner's Diet Tea. All right. Willing to take a chance with anything. Yeah, if we can find it, I'd definitely try it. All right, everybody. Until next time, I've got to go, unfortunately. I'd really rather stay here and talk with everybody. But if you do have a tea today, enjoy it, whatever kind you enjoy. But whether it's sweet tea or unsweetened, enjoy it, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And remember the 2 rules. Always have the 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. We'll check you out next time, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Valley Converting, for everything. We'll see you next time, everyone.